Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Developing tonight, a major announcement at the White House. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has offered to meet with President Trump, and Trump has accepted. Reporter Mola Lenghi has more from the White House on what tonight's developments could mean for relations between the U.S. and North Korea.
South Korea's national security advisor brought a message to the White House from North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, an invitation for a meeting.
President Trump appreciated the briefing and said he would meet Kim Jong-un by May.
He also said the North Korean leader has vowed to move toward denuclearization.
Kim pledged that North Korea will refrain from any further nuclear or missile tests.
A delegation from South Korea spent the day briefing U.S. officials about its recent meetings with North Korea.
What changed Kim Jong-un's mind? What brought him to this point? It's very hard to say.
The two Koreas have held a series of talks this year, including during the Olympics in South Korea, where athletes from both countries participated. The meetings drew numerous protests in South Korea. Thursday afternoon, President Trump called for cameras to be turned off in the White House briefing room and told reporters South Korea would have a major announcement, later telling one he hoped he would get some credit. Mola Lenghi, CBS News, the White House.
The White House press secretary says the meeting between President Trump and Kim Jong-un will be held at a time and place still to be determined. Decent temps today and a little nicer tomorrow. Let's find out from Hutch what's in store for the overnight and Friday morning. Hutch?
Well, as we head to bed tonight, we've been holding on to temperatures right around 20 degrees here in the FM area all evening long. The skies just cleared out. And hold on, here we go. Temperatures are falling down into the teens right now. We lost 5 degrees in the last hour. We'll be on our way into the single digits as we head towards daybreak. Now, there's still going to be a fair amount of cloudiness to start your Friday morning. And a chilly start, but with light winds. So get that jacket ready, maybe warm the car up for a few extra minutes. Because we are looking forward to, well, not a lot of activity right now, but as we look out to the west, Friday flakes in the forecast. You betcha. I'll have hour-by-hour details on when they get here and how much you can expect here in just a few moments.
All right, thank you, Hutch. It's a homecoming at North. It's a homecoming that North Dakota has never seen before until tonight. The first ever gold medal won by North Dakotans. That honor belongs to the Lamoureux twins. The two women being honored on International Women's Day for their contributions on the Olympic stage. But as Valley News Team's Ryan Laughlin tells us, their work goes much farther than what's on the ice.
The Golden Girls have returned. Monique and Jocelyn Lamoureux are home.
We've been home for like 5 hours and I've cried like 2 or 3 times already.
The love for the first ever North Dakotans to earn gold is everywhere.
Pulled into our house and there's literally a garage-sized photo of me on our garage saying congrats from the neighbors and American flags everywhere. It looks like 4th of July.
Well, today is a celebration. The Lamoureux's focus isn't just inside the arena.
We think with what we were able to do back in the spring and the platform that we've created as a national team inspires the next generation to want to do more than what we've done here.
The Lamoureux's threatened to boycott the World Championship tournament this spring to leverage for equal resources from USA Hockey.
We were fighting for equitable support within hockey, but that resonates and transcends sports.
They reached an agreement with USA Hockey for groundbreaking support for the women's national team. But after that victory, the Lamoureuxs learned they were losing the team that used to play in the arena where they were being honored today.
It's not fun to come here and not see pictures of women's hockey players on the wall and to not have a locker room anymore.
President Kennedy, who was very, very instrumental in the cuts that have happened, is now looking to leave the university.
UND President Kennedy was just in Florida interviewing for another university president job. When he cut the women's team, the Lamoureux sisters wrote him an open letter protesting the decision.
These young girls deserve to look up to a UND team just like the boys have in this area and this region.
More work to be done. Tonight, a celebration to where that work has gotten them so far.
I don't think there's coincidences. I think there's a reason for everything. So it's to have today be the day we come home and it be International Women's Day. I mean, it couldn't be more fitting.
The best in the world. From Grand Forks, Ryan Laughlin, Valley News Live.
North Dakota Governor Burgum had an announcement read tonight that today, March 8th, would be known as the Monique and Jocelyn Lamoureux Day. The girls asked if that means kids get out of school next year. There's no word yet from the governor on that. Miss North Dakota is speaking out, and it's all around a topic that's very near to her heart, bullying. She tells us she's already spoken with thousands of students across the state about her anti-bullying campaign, but she says there are some schools that don't want her there. Lizzie Jensen wants to bring her message to schools across North Dakota, saying it's important to get into schools like Grand Forks, West Fargo, and Fargo, but again tells us some won't let her in.
There's a handful of schools, especially in the Fargo area. I mean, I live in Fargo. I want to help support my community as much as I can, and they just don't want me. And, you know, that's fine, but it's the kids, it's truly the kids' loss.
We heard back from West Fargo Public Schools, and they say principals were told about the idea of Lizzie coming to the school to talk, but getting a speaker, they say, in a big school like West Fargo is difficult. And they say the students already get an oversaturation of anti-bullying related discussions. You have probably wondered before if a dog you see with someone in a store or on an airplane is a real service animal. Some airlines have cracked down on rules governing these animals, and lawmakers in Minnesota want to do the same. A proposed bill would make impersonating a service animal illegal. Police would be allowed to ask people if the person has a disability requiring the animal and what tasks the animal is trained to perform. Those failing to prove their service animals are legitimate would have to pay a $100 fine. Many who rely on service animals support weeding out the fakes.
You walk in and the first thing they think is that a real service dog, and how will that dog behave?
When people misrepresent their animals, they damage the reputation and acceptance, which is an important piece, of valid service animals, and diminish people with disabilities who truly need them.
20 states already have similar laws governing service animals. These laws do not apply to airlines, which are allowed to institute their own policies.
Fitness and fundraising, it's a great cause.
Cycling for a Cause. Lake Agassiz Habitat for Humanity hosted its 15th annual Tour de Habitat stationary bike race today. There were 14 teams with 6 people per crew. And at last check, the race raised more than $21,000. But that number is expected to keep climbing. Habitat says this event is one of its biggest money makers for the year. Houses cost between $120,000 and $140,000 to build. So this event alone covers the cost of the framing lumber for 4 different homes.
It's to raise awareness for the need of affordable housing. Really, that's a crisis in our area and almost everywhere in our world.
Habitat's mission is to bring people together to build homes, communities, and hope. If you would like to donate to the cause, head to our website and click on this story. Have you ever thought about getting insurance for a vacation? How it could save you money in the long run. Later on Valley News Live at 10. But first, those who are sleep deprived are seeing what's out there in terms of holistic or natural options.